Oh yeah, it's already darker right outside. But we managed to extend the trial for another day. Did Koishi's name ever come up? Yes, I had to use her as an example. Where's Koishi now? We only got a glance of her yesterday, but we have no idea where she wandered off to. I see. Even though that she was conscious, it seemed like her mind was elsewhere. I'll say. Looks like Miss Yugi was right. Miss Koishi has some kind of relation to this trial. And tomorrow's the last day, even though there's so much we don't know. Well, there's nothing we can do about that right now. If we don't know, we don't know. Will we be okay tomorrow? Okay or not, all we can do is try, no matter how discouraging it gets. Okay, good morning! Yeah. Are you still asleep? No. Aya, please wake up. Yeah, pipe down. What timing? We're not going to have enough time. Today's trial is starting earlier, remember? Gah! Phew, thank goodness. Are you awake, Aya? Yeah, I guess. You're really this hard to wake up. It's not even that early. I ended up laying awake most of the night, thinking about things. Like what? Considering the potential reasons behind the case, seeing if that would give me even the slightest hint of a lead. And did you come up with anything? No, to be honest, no. I see. After going over what's happened so far, I think the pieces are slowly falling into place. What do you mean? What do you think about yesterday's trial, specifically the point I brought up at the very end? You mean about the subconscious actions? Yes, Miss Tenchi was awfully quick to back down when I mentioned it. Now that I think about it, I agree. We may just have stumbled upon the key to shutting her down her case, but if we're not careful, we'll be the one with eggs on our faces. So that means Miss Tenchi may have intentionally withdrawn to make full preparation for the argument today. Looks like you got it. I think it's entirely likely she'll try to use the evidence and testimony to fabricate support. So she'll be lying. She wouldn't go that far. It'd be more along the lines of not telling the whole story. Isn't that kind of underhanded? What are you talking about? I do things like that all the time. It's not like I do it to cause misunderstandings though. It's just saying every last detail is a pain sometimes. Oh, is that how it is? Yes, that's how it is. Save just to be safe. Have you noticed any other important points? Not at all. If you don't know the motive, it won't do any good to expose the wrongdoing. Why not give it a try anyway? That won't work either. How disappointing. Since we proved that no one would have noticed Miss Satori if she were being controlled by her subconscious, they could use that as an example how she snuck into the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Alright, that does open up the door. That does open up the possibility. It was a gamble I was forced to take. No matter what she did, she wouldn't be spotted. Huh? What is it, Aya? Even though she shouldn't have been seen, she was anyway. Why? Are you talking about Miss Izaya and Miss Koishi's testimonies? That's right, there's so few witnesses and so little evidence that not even the prosecution can seem to get a leg up in this case. But let's try thinking of everything from the opposite angle. What do you mean? First, take what I just said about the prosecution. Maybe it's not that they can't get a leg up, they just don't want to. But it doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't they want to prove their argument and convict the suspect as soon as possible? Normally, but in this case, there are reasons why they wouldn't want to make a serious attempt. And what would those reasons be? The exact same reasons why we're so stressed. Lack of evidence and lack of testimony. There's so little that they can't set up their case, so they're using what they have to buy time. Oh, I see. Well, it's just a guess, but it seems plausible. Even if my hunch is off, it doesn't change the current conditions. So is there anything else we can look at from the opposite angle? Yes, like the witness's testimony from Mrs. Satori. You mentioned that earlier, right? She shouldn't have been noticed, but I think she purposely allowed herself to be. What? Why? To be fingered as the criminal. I'm sorry, but I'm not following you at all. Mrs. Satori, for whatever reason, wants to be accused of this crime. It doesn't seem like a setup or anything. She willingly wants to take the blame. Is there a reason for that? I'm sure you could easily think of a few. Ah, maybe she's covering someone, or perhaps she was coerced into it. There you go. In fact, I will go as far as to say both theories are accurate. So that means Miss Satori isn't the culprit. With the scarcity of evidence, that should be plain to see. The whole situation was contrived in order for her to take the blame in place of another. That goes a lot deeper than we expected, but right now everything's starting to fall apart. Why is that? Because probably because of the evidence. There's just frightfully little of it. I'm sure that even 1 or 2 more clues would be enough to unravel this mystery. It certainly seems like it. All we can do right now is try to piece together what we have. Today's success all hinges on what we are able to uncover, even more than usual. Let's give it an R today, Aya. Alright, let's move to, I guess, the Hawk restaurant for now. Alright, let's do this. Where's everybody? I imagine this place would be a madhouse by now. And maybe they're so motivated they're already out investigating. Don't be so heedless with your words. I can't put over any more of these early morning rackets. Look out! Is that the fabled drowsy-eyed yokai? Who are you calling yokai? You're the only ones like that around here, you Tengu. That's discrimination. And what isn't about calling a human a yokai? You're pretty fussy today. There were some ruckus that woke me up at the crack of dawn and I couldn't get back to sleep. I should have never allowed those freeloaders to take over my shrine. Now, in any case, today's the final day of the trial, so that was the last groggy morning you had to endure. Thank the gods for that. Have you noticed anything unusual about Miss Tenshi and the Celestials? Why do you keep asking me that? How can you expect me to tell? Even the slightest thing could help. Isn't there anything at all? Did you think of anything? I guess I remember hearing this weird rattling noise earlier in the morning. I was expecting them to be kind of stressed out about getting ready for today's trial last night, yet they didn't seem that busy at all. But this morning they were just going nuts, Tenshi barking out orders, the Celestial running around like hyperactive fairies. So there was a sudden change in their behavior. Yeah, it seems like it. Something important went missing from the sounds of it. There could be a big hint there. I'm pretty sure they said what it was, but I can't remember the name at all. Yeah, it's better than nothing, I guess. Let's get to the cell. I guess she's being interrogated. Let's come back later. Of course. Oh, fucking course. Every fucking time we need to talk to her for a second or two. Fucking every time. Whatever, let's go to the Mori shrine for now. There's Koichi. I think I see Miss Koichi over there. What? Where? Where? Strange, she's already gone. I wonder if she's being controlled by her subconscious. Oh, Miss Shameimaru. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What are you doing here so early? Before I answer that, I'd like to ask a question myself, if I may. Did you happen to see Miss Koichi around the shrine not too long ago? I'm afraid not. I see. Why do you ask? Oh, no reason in particular. By the way, is there anything else you haven't mentioned yet that might help us? I thought about it for quite some time after the trial, and if anything caught my attention, it was the time when I contacted the detectives until the time they arrived. The time, you say? I feel as though they were a little too quick to arrive, like they were already prepared for your report. I wouldn't say that, but despite not being entirely accustomed to the role, they were surprisingly efficient. I see, I would note that as a personal opinion then. I would appreciate it. Let's go to the SDM parlor for now. Aya, Miss Koichi's here. What? See right over. Huh? Did you lose her? Yes, I'm sorry. Well, she's moving by her subconscious. I doubt she's going to be that easy to spot. Good morning. Good morning. Maybe Miss Scarlet is asleep. No, I'm awake. What? Don't sneak up on like that. On us like that, please. See, you shocked Momiji senseless. I was not intending to frighten you. The fact is, I've just returned from Aente. How's Miss Knowledge doing? There's been no change. For that, I'll admit that Erin's proficiency is perfectly adequate. Oh, that's good. By the way, you didn't happen to pass Miss Koichi on the way, did you? No, I didn't see her at all. What of it? If you didn't see her, that's fine. I was only checking. I see. Have you learned anything new since the trial yesterday? Nothing major, but I must admit, those Celestials are unexpectedly capable. What do you say that? They seem to have tools that offer them various methods. However, with the lack of evidence at the scene of the crime, they haven't produced much information. We're not having it much easier either. Of course, I apologize for not being much of assistance. Don't worry about it. I never imagined a day would come when we would work together like this. I feel like ice. I guess we go back to the shrine. And go back to the cell, maybe. Or not. Talk. Maybe back to the office. Let's see. Well, let's fucking go back to the shrine, I guess. Maybe present something? Couldn't hurt, right? At this point, not like I got much else to do. Okay, let's go back to Bermuda's place. Maybe she knows the item? Guess not. Maybe Reimu would be a good person to know this. Let's see. What's this? I don't know. Okay, good. Fucking thankfully. I just thought that you might, since it looks like a bit like the yin-yang orbs you use. Too bad for you, but I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Looks like my guesses was off. I bet you feel silly now. No more than you do. Okay then, I guess I won't give you the silly hint. Oh, come on now, Miss Hawker, don't be so heartless. Rice cakes. Huh? Give me rice cakes and you have a deal. You still remember that from before. Of course I do. They don't have to be sweet bean paste filling. As long as they taste good, I'll help. Well, I'll hope you have no complaints about delicious food. Okay, I understand. I'll bring some later. So tell me what you know now. We're seriously running short on time. Alright, I can take a quick green check. You should go to Korono and show it to Rinosuke. He can tell you what it is and what it's used for. Huh? He has the ability to do just by looking at something. He just can't figure out how to use it. So what's the point in it? Isn't what it's used for all you need to know in this case? Oh, you're right. Yes, if we know that much, we should be able to figure out what it was used to do. Let's head over there right now. Thank you very much. Yay, we got something good.